Hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name's Savannah. In today's video, I'm just going to catch you guys up on what's been going on lately. I've done some book shopping, I've been reading some really good books, and then I want to talk to you guys about all the books that I read in September. I had a really good reading month, I'm not gonna lie. So without further ado, let's rewind it back to the last week or two of book shopping and reading different books. Okay, so you saw that I went book shopping, and now I just want to show you guys some of the books I've gotten either at Barnes & Noble or in the mail. Kind of a good haul over the last couple of weeks. So this book, Never Ever After by Sue Lynn Tan. This was the book that came in my fairy loot box for the month of September. Look how pretty. I love the shimmer on the cover. It's just so beautiful. And then look at the sprayed edges. Look, I love that. I love it. And look how sparkly. I love the little sparkles. And this is inside of the dust jacket. Isn't it pretty? I'm so excited to read this. And from what I understand, this is like, it's a Chinese fairy tale mixed in with, I want to say it was Cinderella. Yes, this sweeping fantasy romance inspired by Cinderella and a Chinese fairy tale is the first in a breathtaking new series by the acclaimed Sunday Times bestselling author of Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I haven't read that yet. So this is going to be a series. I'm so excited. The inside of the back cover. It's so cute and so beautiful. I can't wait to read it. I'm probably going to be adding this to my October TBR. Like, I've been wanting to read it ever since I got it in the mail last week. So I'm so excited. Oh, look how pretty. And then I also got this book in the mail, The Masterpiece by Francine Rivers. It is a romance with some redemptive love story in the mix. It says the ghosts of his past hold him captive. Her missteps bring her to his door. And it's about this artist. His name is Roman Velasco, and he has everything he wants. He has money. He has all the women he wants. He has fame. He's hired Grace as his new personal assistant. She's the only one who knows all the demons of his past that he has to deal with. And Grace is also dealing with her own things. She was in a disastrous marriage and it threw her life kind of off course, and she vowed to never fall in love again or to never let love steal her dreams ever again. But then she starts to get to know Roman very well. The pieces of both of their past start to intertwine and come together and piece together. Can't wait to read this. This sounds so good, so cute. Can't remember if I showed you guys this book yet or not, but I also picked up Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. And I got the Barnes & Noble edition with the, like, the greenish sprayed edges. This was the only one with this green color. But look how pretty it is. And if you don't know who Rebecca Ross is, she is the author of the Divine Rivals series, and I love those two books. This is going to be a romantasy or a romance fantasy book. It says, true love is more divine than any ruthless god. Here's the inside. It's got a starry sky with the constellations. Same thing in the back. But the cover itself, I mean, look how pretty. So cute. Ah, I love that. I can't wait to read this, and I'm probably going to add this to my October TBR too. But we'll talk about that in another video coming up soon. Okay, I had to go out of town, and of course I stopped at Barnes & Noble, and I picked up another Francine Rivers book called The Lady's Mind. And from what I read on the back, this is kind of like a Western romancy book. And I'm really excited because I don't think I haven't read very many Western books. I think the last thing that I read that came close to that was Wind Calls the Heart. This takes place in 1875 in the Sierra Nevadas. It's about a mining town, and this Catherine Walsh arrives in this mining town, and falling in love is like the last thing on her mind because she was banished by her stepfather from Boston, but she has come to claim an inheritance from an uncle that she never knew. And that would be a newspaper office in this little mining town. And she decides to relaunch her uncle's newspaper because she is moved by all the things that are happening to the people of this town, the hardships that they're facing, the oppressions of the miners and their families, and all the challenges and obstacles that they're going through. And then you have Matthias Beck. I wanted to make sure I said that right. He's the owner of a local saloon and a hotel, and he becomes very interested in Miss Catherine when she arrives in town. And it seems that he also agrees with her to continue publishing the oppressions that the miners and their families are facing. It says she's new to this lawless mining town. He's one of its most prominent citizens. Neither wants much to do with the other, at first. Also, while I was at Barnes & Noble, because this book's been on my radar and on my Goodreads want to read list, The Academy by Ellen Hilderbrand and her daughter, Shelby Cunningham. It looks very fall too. The cover, you've got the leaves are changing colors. I wanted another book that took place in an academic setting to read for fall. I think those books are so perfect for fall, like dark academia, college book settings. Secrets, rumors, and dangerous liaisons at an elite New England boarding school. They come with the territory. Best-selling author Ellen Hilderbrand teams up with her daughter Shelby Cunningham to deliver a fresh and buzzy look behind ivy-covered walls. I like Ellen Hilderbrand's books. I've been wanting to read more of her books, so I'm glad that I've found this and I picked this up, and I can't wait to read it this fall. And the last book that I've gotten over the last week or two, Fearful by Lauren Roberts. So this is another novella, a Powerless story. I will talk about me finishing Powerless in a minute, but I picked this one up. This one's about Mara. Mara never intended to set foot in Elia again, but when the king makes a life-altering decision, her interest is piqued, and Death is determined to understand Kit Azur's mind if he is destined to join her in the moors. Spending time with the king while observing the castle's inhabitants reminds Mara that there is more to life than just death. There is love. But even the purest of intentions spurs revenge in the pursuit of power, and fate will have its way with all of them, to live, to rule, to love, and most certainly, to die. So this is Fearful by Lauren Roberts. So now that we've talked about all the books that I've gotten recently, let's talk about all the books that I read in September. I finished Nightbane by Alex Astor. Probably have heard me say that I'm trying to get through some of the book series that I've started. So I read Nightbane, which is book number 2 of the Lightlark series by Alex Astor. And this picks up where Lightlark left off, where Isla has come into her own powers and her own role. What I love about this book is that it goes into the past and reveals Isla's memories with Grimm and how they ended up getting married. Those were my favorite scenes in the book. I loved going to the before. And I don't want to give away any spoilers because we still have Sky Shade to read. So I will say I'm still Team Grimm. Oro kind of reminds me of Tamlin, but maybe a little bit better than Tamlin. I don't know. Let me know. Are you Team Oro or Team Grimm? And then I read The Enemy by Sarah Adams. I wanted to finish off the summer strong with a summery type romance. This takes place in Charleston, South Carolina. And if you recognize these colorful buildings, this is Rainbow Row in Charleston. And I actually visited Charleston back in August. So it was really cool to read a book that took place where I visited. And I saw Rainbow Row in person. It was so beautiful. This is an enemies to lovers. Back in high school, June Broaden and Ryan Henderson were enemies. They were always trying to be better than the other one, do better than the other one. They bantered all the time. They picked on each other all the time, when in all reality, they actually liked each other. And they both thought that each hated each other. This is why communication is important. So June owns a very successful bakery in Charleston, and Ryan is like this big Michelin chef in Chicago. Well, he comes to Charleston for June's best friend's wedding. She is marrying Ryan's best friend. So he's there for the wedding. They run into each other at a bar when he gets in, and automatically that arguing and bantering and picking on each other resumes right where it left off after 12 years. Throughout the book, they slowly, gradually start to learn how to communicate, and they start to fall in love. I liked this. It was cute. Okay, when I say that I loved Quicksilver by Callie Hart, I loved this. 5 stars. 5 stars. And for me to give a 5 stars has to meet a little bit of criteria here. Like, I really need to be captivated. I don't want to be like wandering off while I'm trying to read, and then I have to go back and read like the previous 2 paragraphs because my mind just wandered off and could not stay on track. No, that did not happen with this book. I paid attention to everything. And also, for me to give a 5-star rating, I have to think about this book while I'm reading. Like, when I'm not reading it, I'm thinking about it, and I can't wait to go back and read it again and wonder what is going to happen. So it's like constantly has to be on my mind. I don't know. I have a weird rating system, but that's how I rate the 5 stars. If it's like totally consumes my every thought over the course of me reading it, and I stay on track and my mind doesn't wander off. Anyway, Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Fantasy book. There's romance, enemies to lovers. There's a lot of banter, and it's about this girl, Sarah Fane, who opens up this portal that she didn't mean to open up because she was about to be in trouble from the queen of her land. But anyway, she opens up this portal and then gets saved by Kingfisher, and he takes her to his land through this portal of Quicksilver, and she is tasked with trying to figure out like how that happened and how to do it again, so that these worlds could start traveling between other worlds. While she's trying to figure that out, she and Kingfisher start to develop feelings for each other, of course, because it's a romantasy. And I just love this book, and I can't wait for the second one. The second book is coming out in November. I just looked it up. It's called Brimstone, and it comes out on November 18th. This was a perfect time to read it, so now I'm ready for Brimstone for when that comes out. And the way that this ended, I can't wait for the second book. Next up, I read The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is another romance book, and I wanted to read this before the movie comes out. This was a very cute book, and I really enjoyed it. However, there were just some things that was kind of cringy, and some things that I'm kind of like, would this really happen? Would she really like just stop in the middle of the hallway and just make out with her professor just to make her friend feel like she's not in love with her ex-boyfriend so that her friend can now pursue him? I'm just like, man, communication. Anyway, but I still enjoyed the whole story, like the story as a whole, and I gave it 4 stars. I mean, I would recommend it if you want like a lighthearted romance read. It takes place in a college setting, and it's very sciencey. There's some sciencey stuff in here. Then yeah, I would recommend it. Read it. It's cute. Okay, so you guys know that I'm trying to finish a series that I've started. So I read Fearless by Lauren Roberts. Oh, I love this series, the Powerless series, which makes me glad that I have Fearful to read now. So it won't end just yet for me. I still have to read this one, the little novella. This picks up where it left off in Reckless. So Peyton in Reckless was on the run, and Kai had to go after her, and they chased each other around, and he hunted her down, and then they fell in love again. And then, okay, so this picks back up where that left off. So they go back to the castle. I don't want to give away too much, guys. I can't. I don't want to give spoilers away. But there's a lot involved here. Because you've got kind of sort of like a love triangle thing, but no, her heart really belongs to Kai. And Kit's trying to figure out his father's plans for the country. And I'm just gonna, okay, this is spoilers. So if you haven't read it, just ignore me, okay? Just don't watch this part. When they get back to the castle, Peyton gets engaged to Kit, which is the now king. And Kai is just heartbroken. But he's still going to continue to be her enforcer and do everything that she wants him to do. It's just good. And I don't want to say any more else. You just have to read it. Like, if you've started Powerless, just keep going. Keep going. And I read Welcome to Beantown, which is a Boston Bells novel by L. Van Sant and P. Marie. This one caught my attention because I wanted a friendship book, like a girly friendship, whatever, read. This is a college read. You've got 3 girls from different backgrounds. Like, one's from a prominent politician family. They're rich. Her mom wants her to socialize with certain people and find a husband that's suitable and so that she'll be taken care of and all these things. Then you have another girl that's from the Midwest, from a family who are ranchers, and they do well enough to get by, but her going to Boston College is really going to tap into their money. So you've got that dynamic going on. And then you have another girl who is extremely, extremely protective of her friends. And she's extremely outgoing and extremely wild. Like, she's the wildcat of the friend group. But she is always there for these other 2 friends. And they do pretty good too with their money. They're pretty well off. They're comfortable. So you have these 3 girls from 3 different backgrounds. They meet each other. They soon become besties. And the ending has left me on a cliffhanger. This is not the best book I've read, but it was good. Like, I enjoyed it. As a very quick read. It was only 219 pages. So it's a very super quick read. I got this done in a day. I started it like at one night, and then I finished it the next morning. I gave it 3 stars, but the writing was a little, I mean, it was okay. It was okay. It was just a little, I don't know what the word, it wasn't the best. And there was a lot of cuss words, so if you're a kid or something, I wouldn't read it. I just read over the words. I don't even try to read them in my mind. I just skip over them. But anyway, so I gave this one 3 stars. Will I read the second one? Maybe, because that cliffhanger's kind of got me like, what? So I kind of want to know what happens. So I might read the next one. We'll see. Okay, last but not least, Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. I'm almost finished with this book. I'll be finishing it later today. But I already know I'm going to give this a 5-star because I love it. You know, out of the Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass, this one's my favorite one so far because it's really starting to get into the meat of things, the heart of things, like why things are the way they are. What is Selena's role? Like, there's just so many different dynamics going on in this book, and you learn a lot about these different people that's in her life, and now she's the king's champion. So she's going around and dispatching. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who has not read this yet. These people on the king's list, and the king is very ruthless. Like, he doesn't treat his people right at all. And she's friends with the Princess Nehemiah, and she wants a better country, like a better place for her people. And so you've got that dynamic going on. You've got a lot of things going on in this book. It is so good. And you've got Cole. I'm still a fan of Cole. I'm not sure if that'll change or not. I'm afraid to like listen to anything from anyone about Cole because right now I really like Cole, and I'm starting to like Dorian more too. He's actually finding some things out about himself that he didn't know. So you've got that going on. So I can easily say this is a 5-star read for me, even though I am not finished. I have just maybe like 60 pages left. So this will be finished today, and I cannot wait to finish it. Okay, so September was quite a good reading month for me, actually. I'm quite impressed with myself. And I have to say, I enjoyed all these reads, but now that it's fall, I'm starting to get more into the fantasy dark academia genre. So in the next video, we will be talking about my October TBR, and I can't wait. Oh yeah, I meant to show you guys. I got this Salt Air Salt Water Vanilla Multi-Lipid Body Butter in the mail. I just got it today, but I'm so excited. I wanted to show you. Not sponsored, of course. I just want something that's very vanilla-y. Like, I have a few more bottles left of the Vanilla Bean Noel from Bath & Body Works because that's my favorite. But I wanted something else that's like a little bit thicker because cold weather's coming and my skin gets dry. Oh my gosh. Yum. Sometimes I'm skeptical about these vanilla scented things without smelling them first. But that smells good. It smells like a cupcake. Smells nice on the skin too. Oh, that smells good. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just wanted to catch you guys up and show you some of the books I've gotten, the books I've been reading, what I thought about them, my September read. In the next video, we will talk about the books that I hope to read in October. So I'll see you guys in the next video.